Okay, tree friends and garden enthusiast, or maybe we should say tree enthusiast. That could mean things other than actual trees. Um, so better be careful. I just thought I would show you our little grow area here at the house. And I'm just doing this holding this, so I hope this is not too shaky. I'm just holding my phone recording this. Doesn't look shaky to me, but again, when you shake a little bit, you never know. The whole video might be shaky. But what we're growing here, just kind of early, this is February 25th, so we've not really started many things like tomatoes or anything that we always grow for our garden yet. We'll start getting those out soon. Probably going to be doing some planting of some different flowers and some earlier things this weekend. But these things, as you can see, a lot of those are coleus. And we haven't bought some of these varieties in 4 or 5 years because every fall before frost hits, we'll just take a few cuttings, stick them in some water, get the roots growing, and then just get them in some soil. And these are ready to go up. They're not ready to go outside, but you can see all of these have roots coming out. I'm not gonna pick them all up, but they're eating water. So I could water them twice a day. So it's time for those guys to get potted up, and then I'll actually make them really, really strong plants for when we can start hardening them off. Probably we'll start putting them outside in a week or so. Start getting them used to, hour here, hour there, getting them used to being outside in the weather. This is not the exciting part of the video. This is just kind of the pre-excitement, okay? So just stay tuned for something really exciting. You can kind of see a little bit maybe over there on the right-hand side. Some cabbages. Those are ready. They have to get potted up. They are super dry. Lupins, or lupines, whatever you want to call it. Either name worked for me. Beautiful flowers though when they actually bloom. I don't have too much luck growing them, and they cost outrageous for us to buy them at nursery. So I just decided to try some seeds, and some of them have come up. Some of them didn't, but several of them. I mean, they're getting 2 or 3 true leaves there, so that's exciting. We'll see what happens there. A friend sent me these seeds, so you know, and I've had them for a couple of years, so I'm happy with the germination rate, even though they didn't all come up. But the real star of the show, and I'll just kind of pan back just a little bit, are my Japanese maple seedlings. These are all, well, outside of a couple, and I'll talk about those. These are all Mikawa yatsubusa seedlings that I collected in September. My wife and I went to a large specimen tree that I won't say where, and collected a few seeds. Not in a private setting, by the way. Don't steal seeds, please. But we collected seeds. I put them in the refrigerator in some seed starter mix because this is the first time I've ever done it, and I should have waited for that because these things were growing the first of the year. So these have been in different pots. They started in those little 6-packs just like that, so the tiny ones. And then I moved them up to these bigger, I think these are like 2-inch 6-packs, 2x2s, or 2.5x2 maybe, 6-packs. And then now I'm starting to have to put them in 4-inch pots because the roots were going crazy out the bottom. But you can see this is the big hoss of the show here. This guy has some really pretty colors, some nice copper colors, some peachy, orangey colors. I don't know that it looks Mikawa-ish, so it may just be an upright. No biggie. It's pretty and it's fun just to start growing it. I'll move that one out of the way because I want to show you a couple of these. They're pretty cool. I mean, they're all cool. Here is a really cool one. Look at this one. Again, that's its first set of true leaves. What I have found growing these is a lot of times they'll come out with something cool, and then by the second or third true set of leaves, they start just kind of looking normal. No variegation or anything, but if you could get one to keep something like that with some red and yellow in it like that, that would just be amazing. That'd be a moneymaker tree, right? I probably wouldn't do anything with it, but somebody would. And then you look at all of these. A lot of these just have super nice red, and these have been growing. Most of these have been growing since sometime in January. A few of them, and I don't remember exactly which pack, I just pulled out maybe 3 weeks ago, so they're not quite as established and as big, but most of them came out with some beautiful red color this year. I mean, I shouldn't say this year, this is my first year doing this, but you can see that red, almost like a red panda. Of course, I don't expect any of these to be fancy. I don't expect any of these to be anything that I'm going to worry about grafting. If I did find something fancy, I would let somebody else graft it for sure. Let me move these. I'm running out of room. We have two tiers of lights here. This is a 4 or 5 level shelf. I just bought another light system for the whole top half of this setup that we have here, so these are kind of crowded right now. But these two, let's start with this one, see if it'll focus there pretty good. Peachy color. It's prettier than it is showing on the video, because the lights kind of, let's see if I can adjust the lights just a little bit. It's got that really peachy color. It's beautiful. And then this one could be something. I don't know. And again, I don't know enough. I've never grown from seed any trees. But this one definitely has that Mikawa-like tendency. It's very tight. There's 3 sets of leaves. 3 sets of true leaves on a plant that is, I don't know, not even a ½ inch tall already. So it's very slow to develop, but the leaves, and they're tiny. If I put a dime here, I did one day, I took a picture. The dime is almost as big around as the tree is right now. So that one's cool, and it's been growing a while. It's just growing slow, so that's the one I don't water as much. This is another cool one. It's very tight, very red, and then you also see the red leaves, but then the peachy leaves coming out. Just seeing them. Like I said, I don't expect these to be anything, and they may die. I'm gonna have to harden these off very slowly. They've been pampered here in the house. They may die. That's okay. I had fun growing them, and I don't expect them to be anything special. So, just fun. It's fun seeing things grow, especially in the winter. Been an unusual winter for us. We actually got some snow and some cold, so. The 2 that you see here are New Jordan seedlings. I didn't stratify those until probably October. So it has taken 120 days for these to be ready to plant. So stratification in the refrigerator can take a while. And a few of these Mikawa seedlings that are not quite as big as some of the others, I think this is one that's growing right here. I put these in the refrigerator for stratification September 25th, I believe. And most of the bigger ones that are in pots that are 4-inch, the 4-inch pots, especially that one, I pulled out around January 5th and planted. This one, and a couple others, I don't know exactly which ones, I pulled out 3 weeks ago. So we're talking 150 days, maybe? Let's see, over 120 days of stratification. And so I just threw the seeds back in there, and there's another one in there ready to plant. So don't throw your seeds away if you're stratifying them in the refrigerator. I did that because we don't typically get cold enough. I think this year would have been fun. This one and these 2 here, this one here and that one, the little ones that still just have their first set of leaves. Those aren't true leaves. These are all Jordan seedlings. And this Jordan seedling has beautiful color. To me, it doesn't look like it has that Shiraswalanum leaf. But the color is beautiful. Here, this is a good shot of this side of the leaf. If I had a tree that had that color in the spring, or kept that color especially, wow. For me, it'd be exciting, right? I mean, there'd, be something like sunny or something like that as a cultivar. But these are my trees. I'll give them maybe, funny names, and we'll see what happens. Again, I don't know if they'll live, but there they are. So try it. Collect seeds off trees that you're growing. Collect seeds off of people's trees that you ask permission for to collect the seeds. But do it, because you get some beautiful little seedlings, and maybe these will be something. And if they became something, like if that one, became that and had variegation, then you graft it and put it on a stronger rootstock, and then you've got something maybe somebody might want to buy, or my little baby Mikawa there. Maybe that'll be something. I don't know. But have some fun. So I just wanted to give you guys this update on these. Or actually not an update, but just let you see what we're growing here. And I'll show you some more things down the line as they start growing in here on our grow shelf. But pretty soon we're going to be growing outside. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you down the road.